Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. So once again, I'm going to be showcasing yet another new vehicle available from today in GTA Online from the Doomsday Heist update. This of course being the Jetpack. At last, Rockstar has added the Jetpack in the game. It is named the Mammoth Thruster. And first of all, I'm just going to say, I'm kind of surprised Rockstar aren't charging more money for this. It's available on the Warstock Cash and Carry website. There are two prices, obviously the trade price, which is $2,750,000. Otherwise, the buy it now price is $3,657,500. Which, yes, don't get me wrong, is still a lot of money. Over $3.5 million will take you a few hours minimum in-game to earn that. For some people who haven't got numerous businesses and stuff like that in the game, it might even take a number of days. But nevertheless, this is a jetpack. There has been so much hype in the game, loads of rumors and theories going around, numerous Easter eggs and stuff like that the Rockstar have been teasing over the last 4 years, and it's only now we've actually gotten the jetpack in GTA Online. And this thing is pretty good as well. It's not limited to the sort of sense that you can only fly around for a few seconds before you run out of boost, or you have to land and let it recharge and stuff like that. It is completely unlimited, and you can fly around for as long as you want. But I feel the reason why this thing is maybe not quite as expensive as it could or should be is because it's not exactly that fast, or at least as fast as you might expect a jetpack to be in-game. Now in a few seconds I did realise the legs were still down, and I put those up, and there was a small speed increase, but it was so small you probably won't even notice it in the gameplay. So unfortunately then, the jetpack isn't that quick of a vehicle, and maybe it's not the best one to use if you want to travel long distance. There are certainly better things in the game to use for that sort of thing, like the Oppressor, and maybe the new flying car, the Deluxo. But nevertheless, it is still a cool vehicle, and in some situations it might be pretty useful. For example, if maybe you want to travel to the top of buildings, or go from one business location to another. So for example, from your new facility to the city, maybe the CEO office or something along those lines, traveling across country, over hills, or through the city over buildings and stuff like that, this vehicle will be pretty useful. But there are just better vehicles in the game which are more suited for that sort of thing. So if anything, it is more of a luxury and novelty item than something which will actually be that useful in-game. But something worth noting, at any time you want, you can land the jetpack and just get out of it as if it is a vehicle. You can leave it there, wander off and go and do something else, and then come back to it at any time. You can also request it as a personal vehicle as well by calling your mechanic. I think there's also an option in the interaction menu for it too, but don't quote me on that. Now you can also customize this jetpack, the Mammoth Thruster, but you can only customize it inside the new facilities. In fact, you can only own one of these jetpacks. If you want to buy one, you have to have one of these properties first of all, because it's the only location you can store these in. But once you have them, there's quite a few things you can do, especially in the terms of customizations. And again, if you guys buy one of these jetpacks, these are customizations you want to fit to this. Now, as long as you own a vehicle workshop in the new facility, you can customize the jetpack, and as you can see, there isn't a huge amount of things you can actually do to this, but these are all things I'd recommend doing. You can upgrade the armor, you can upgrade the engine so it's a little faster to use. You can also fit countermeasures including flares and the chaff. I would definitely recommend fitting some flares so players on the ground don't try and shoot you down with homing launchers, or if they're just using the Oppressor or something along those lines, they don't try and shoot you down with those. You can also fit a livery. You can also select a livery for this as well if you want to. They're all the standard liveries available for the gun running vehicles. I'm not really a huge fan of those, so I didn't select one. As for respraying this though, I went ahead and selected candy red for the primary and then black as the secondary. I thought that was kind of cool, but I have seen some pretty awesome combinations in GTA Online since this morning. The jetpack looks pretty awesome in most colors available, so if you guys have any awesome combinations, of course let me know by leaving a comment on this video. Moving on then to the weapons category. Yes, you can fit weapons to this jetpack. There are two options. You can fit dual 50 cal miniguns, or you can fit missile launchers. I of course selected the missile launchers, and these missiles of course will have two firing modes, the regular one and the homing missile feature, which I'll show off later on. And the final customization is JATO Thrust. So basically, like on some of the planes we received in Smuggler's Run, you can enable this when on the ground to give you a boost in the air much faster than you'd usually take off. As for this one, you don't necessarily need it, but it certainly helps you take off a little faster. Anyway, so those are all the customization options then available for the Mammoth Thruster. Again, all these customizations are available straight away. There's no research to be done like gun running. All of these things are available straight away when you go and customize this. And the main customizations I would recommend fitting: first of all, the countermeasures, definitely try and get a flare on there, so if players try to shoot you down with the homing launchers and missiles, then you can avoid a few shots from those. And the other feature being the missile launchers. These, of course, being some very useful weapons, will definitely come in handy when you're flying about with this, when you're going up against other players in the session. And again, it doesn't matter if they have their own jetpacks or other vehicles, you can use these missiles against them either way. So there we go then, guys. That is it then for the jetpack. Of course, the question now being, is this thing worth buying? There are better items and better vehicles from this update I would recommend buying over this one. Sure, the jetpack is a cool item, but like I said, it is more of a luxury and novelty item as opposed to being that useful. So if you guys do have loads of money in game, then sure, go ahead and get this, but honestly, I would not make this your first purchase in this update. But I, of course, want to get your thoughts and feelings on the jetpack or the Mammoth thruster, so go ahead and let me know right now by leaving a comment on this video. Do you guys like it? Do you guys think it is worth buying? Yes or no? And have you guys bought it already? So let me know, leave a comment right now. And if you guys could drop a like as well on this video, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.